All right, Alana, thank you. And joining me now, Chrissy Clark, a Newsmax contributor, and Mike Hahn, director of social media for the Trump campaigns back in 2016 and 2020. Chrissy, to begin with you got to love the hypocrisy here. And the reality is that it's Letitia James who could actually be doing some serious jail time by the end of all of this.
Yeah, I had to read this story twice because she said, I believe the reporter just said that, Ms. James was allegedly fake married to her dad. It sounds like Ilhan Omar up in here. I was a little confused for a second, although I guess Ilhan Omar was married to her brother. Either way, quite confusing and quite hypocritical, as you said. It always seems to be projection with the left. They have a tendency to go after people for committing crimes when they're doing the exact same thing right under our noses.
Mike, New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik says she's mulling a run for New York governor. Here's what she told Newsmax.
I think there's a lot of candidates that are in the mix. I'm honored to have my name in the mix as well. I think we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to fire Kathy Hochul once and for all. For so long, Democrats have had one-party rule in Albany, and it has caused a decaying of our state. Just look at the businesses and the families who have left. Just look at the skyrocketing of crime. We have a crime crisis. We also have a corruption crisis in New York.
So, Mike, here's the deal. Lee Zeldin came pretty darn close to becoming the next governor of New York. What is it going to take for a Republican to actually win the governor's mansion?
Well, as you saw in 2024, New York was one of pretty much all states that swung towards Trump. I think Elise would make a fantastic candidate. I think she's extremely strong on the right issues. I think she could win a general race and really appeal to women. I would love to see her jump in if she so chooses. And New York has a lot of cleaning up that needs to get done. It's a state I was born in, a state I love very dearly. But when you got folks like Letitia James running around claiming nobody's above the law, yet subsequently potentially breaking the law, it's not going to be an easy job for any Republican in that state, especially with the weaponization that goes on. But big Elise fan, and I think she hits all the right cues if she does want to run for governor.
Chrissy, Attorney General Pam Bondi taking time from TV appearances on another network to announce this news, now suing the state of Maine over its refusal to comply with President Trump's executive order protecting women and girls in sports and private spaces. I just don't get this. Why are we just stopping short of completely defunding? I mean, that's what they said they were going to do. The administration was going to completely defund any school, any state that refused to comply. So why haven't we done that?
Well, I think that the Trump administration is trying to be trepidatious in all of this so as not to get the, fake news headlines of Trump shuts down public schools or something like that. So they're taking it in a very cautious step. But, we just saw that the UK ruled today that a woman is a woman. We're seeing strides happening in these courts, and I'm very hopeful that something like this will set a precedent. I'm happy it's going to the court, because when we set a precedent like this, then other states cannot act in such a malicious manner against young women.
Mike, are you buying into that? I mean, the reality is they're the ones who told us, you don't comply, we're going to take away your federal funding. We haven't done that yet.
Well, I think it's still early on in the Trump administration. I mean, look, I think DOJ absolutely has the authority to do what they're doing right now. Maine is in very clear violation of Title IX. Allowing men to play in women's sports is, in and of itself, discrimination against biological women. We'll see if the courts rule in their favor. We'll see what the Trump administration does. All I know is that the court of public opinion is certainly on the side of the DOJ and the administration.
Author J.K. Rowling writing this on X. It took three extraordinarily tenacious Scottish women with an army behind them to get the case heard by the Supreme Court. And in winning, they protected the rights of women and girls across the UK. I'm so proud to know you. This, again, the UK ruling for protection of women. And they're basically saying that there's really no such thing as a transgender person. Chrissy, are you surprised by the ruling over there across the pond?
It's a little shocking, but at the same time, this is the same court system and same country right now that's overruling against this trans insanity when it comes to puberty blockers and hormone disruptors and all of the things that castrates young children at such a young age in the name of gender ideology. So for them to be so conservative on that matter and then not be conservative in the simple definition of a woman would be incredibly shocking, but at the same time, not totally shocking given that it's 2025 and 250 years ago we fought a war so that we could, 250 years later look at a bunch of Brits in robes and say, thank you for defining a woman.
Mike, I'm going to give you the final say here.
Yeah, I mean, the left is consistently telling us how America needs to be more like Europe. In this instance, I absolutely agree. Let's be more like Europe and ban men from women's sports. They have no place playing in any women's sports.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Chrissy Clark, Mike Hahn, we appreciate you guys coming on Newsmax.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.